for Dallas Maverick fans out there, I sympathize. When you're like one of the four biggest markets in American sports, and you had your All NBA future legendary player out of Luka Doncic, a Finals appearance. You had All NBA guard out of Kyrie Irving. Klay Thompson got swooped up after being undervalued by the Golden State Warriors. For you to try to make a future contender with young talents like Derek Lively, helping at your five position. You had Gafford, that was a serviceable big. PJ Washington, some young players like Jaden Hardy, Omar Prosper, and Najee Marshall. You guys think you can get into quite of a run. Then Nico Harrison's like, fuck that potential. And it's been nothing but heartbreak. And I thought Cowboys fans got it worse. At least Jerry Jones is every type of delusion that goes into Cowboys fans. And he's at least hell bent on trying to make somewhat of a contendership out of the Cowboys, whether they think it's a failure or not. Nico Harrison literally got rid of Luka Doncic for basically damaged goods, and then overworked any type of optimism that this franchise got to getting any type of talent and trading it out the wayside. And that's gotta hurt, bro. Now you got just Klay Thompson. Because if you guys didn't hear recently, Kyrie Irving has sadly tore his ACL. He's out for the remainder of the calendar season. And the Mavericks are in a suitable spot where they could lose their position as playoff contenders, even play-in contenders the way they've been playing. Because most of the time they've been bailed out. Anthony Davis even had a great season, but they might deactivate him. Like beforehand, he was in the first quarter of the season getting MVP nominations. A bit of a floundering position around December. And then gets traded around February in a nowhere trade, dropping 27 in his debut as a Maverick, but sadly getting out for a lengthy part of time, especially around his 30s. So win now position just turned into an absolute failure. How you came from contenders to the Sixers in record time is impressive to me. And now Kyrie's picking up over $43 million contract, nearing his exit, of being an unrestricted free agent, and you have to go over the extensive deal of Anthony Davis. When everything's done, he'll be 34. This is some Oakland athletic shit when it comes to trying to rejuvenate over to what seems like a financial fever dream over the sports market of trying to build over a fan base of succession when it comes to just that goes in way out of everybody's left field when it comes to how they think the league would be. And I don't even want to blame Mark Cuban, because this goes beyond what happens when it comes to the new owners of the Dallas Mavericks being more ambitious over profits than building up a franchise. The other person that's been the biggest upside has been Max Christie. PJ Washington has been inconsistent as ever, and their only longtime Mav that's still on the team is fucking Dwight Powell for some reason that I swear no Maverick fan could miss. He is 33 years old. I don't even know how he's a Canadian international the way that nigga plays. And Dante Exum's back from his injury. They got Prosper Dinwiddie that's been in decline since his second stint over in, like his first stint in LA and his second stint in Brooklyn. He's been in the decline. The only person that I felt have been excited is either Kessler Edwards on a two-way, sometimes Spencer Dinwiddie. And when Klay Thompson feels like he can drop 11 to 15 points per game. And Kyrie's out. So it's just heartbreaking to know that the Mavericks, Lakers literally are like third to second seed in the Western Conference due to the failure of Nico Harrison. And it could be over image, profit. But when you're getting rid of your 25, soon to be 26-year-old, all-NBA guard that led you guys to the promised land but lost and could build up to that, and now start over back to scratch and possibly a relocation that no fan should want. You would put this upon a younger franchise that has a poor, smaller sports market and even a weaker overall fan base with a all-star player in the Western Conference that does have weight issues, like Zion Williamson. And niggas still think he's the face of the league in like year 6. Oh, I'm sorry, future face of the league in year 6. Be for real at this point, folks. I don't think anybody wished upon the Dallas Mavericks to be this badly run in under a calendar year. And I'm sure Mavericks fans are going to be headhunting, getting those caskets and dancing the casket over their shoulder with Nico Harrison in it. And the Mavericks got everybody to blame but themselves. This is depressing. When you look up to off-court issues, on-the-court issues, fans protesting even in the arena by getting themselves banned, and dynamic ticket prices are increasing, nearing postseason form when you guys are nearly eliminated from play-in. The only upside are I think the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics have clutched playoffs contention. By no surprise, they've been playing phenomenal basketball. But knowing the Mavericks came from favored contenders into a league that has a dwindling source of investment from even the front office trying to expand the sport, it gets really heartbreaking to know that's what happens to people that just give a shit more about what's in their time of profit than actually building for the love of the game. And that's why it's so difficult for NBA fans to really particularly more tribalize the team and go over for an individual, even when individuals ain't shit. Because like they came from a 7-game winning streak around December when they were floating in deep in-season tournament contention after losing to the Thunder, to 9-game winning streaks, and finally picking up on some momentum. And then as soon as it hits the new year, they started over a 5-game losing streak. Luka Doncic gets returned after his injury around Christmas. And then the clock struck Anthony Davis getting injured. Kyrie's injured. Klay Thompson's poor without a complementary piece that's better than him. And now you guys lose to the Pistons, Cavs, Sixers, Boston's, and only picked up like wins against somehow good teams. And now you guys only won 1 out of your last 7. It's sad. Now you got the Grizzlies, Suns, and Spurs twice in a row with the Rockets and Pacers, because the Sixers have been absolutely pouring Embiid's out for the year. So it's really sad to know what's going to be the future of the Dallas Mavericks. And I'm sure not even the Dallas Mavericks fans know. And it's really sad to say that. Because I was rooting for probably the Mavericks be that dark horse when you have the Thunder being the best team in the NBA right now. You got the Rockets that's been a hot, fresh team with 2 outstanding young players. And a rotation that looks like they can be a promising deep playoff run but can make some moves. The Lakers that's been back over to contention even before the trade. They've been building up over momentum with the new appointment of J.J. Redick, and now you give him Luka Doncic. And now it just feels like the Lakers never were trash to begin with, even after their poor start to the year. And it sucks. Because nobody expects that off the reputation of the Dallas Mavericks. Especially to do a trade behind your franchise guy's back. Behind the league's back. Until over short notice. So that's just shocking. And whether you think this is an upside for the league, knowing this is possibly going to be the departure of a bunch of loyal Mavericks fans, loyal Luka Doncic fans, and the upside of a fan base has been growing to at least build over something of success. That's tough to hear. That's if Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees got traded out of nowhere, or Shohei Ohtani, or Altuve. If Ovechkin was traded in his prime, or if LeBron James was traded out of short notice, because you don't expect a guy like LeBron to get traded. If he was a younger Cavalier, when he was before the decision, you just don't do that. So, it's shocking what happens in such short notice, and how it feels like it's going to be the collapse of a franchise that's been well renowned for having such loyalist beliefs, to believe from the guy that could finally push him over to the promised land. They finally did, and finally got the guy that can build you to the next generation, and now he's gone. And to single this out for possibly a profiting resort franchise with a lack of a fan base, it gets really depressing to know how much people are willing to go to disconnect all that was built. So that sucks. Tell me how you guys feel below. You feel like this will possibly hurt the Mavericks, or you won't even see them as a franchise in the next 5 years, knowing the expansions of possibly 2 cities in the NBA, or you feel like this could be something better in the upside, knowing that possibly Kyrie's going to leave, Klay Thompson could possibly take over a cheaper deal for a return over a more contending franchise in the next summer, or what's gonna be the upside, knowing that we're probably not going to see a downturn like this since the Oakland Athletics, and fans openly protest outside of the stadium. So, and you can see it looks even more emptier after the Oakland Raiders went over for Las Vegas. And that sucks. That's it for me. I'm probably going to get more NFL offseason news out soon. Gonna finish this Invincible episode up real quick. See you guys next time.